Please, let me out. So, are we ready? So now we have this as our electrical drawing. Am I communicating? As our building plan. So now we'll be doing something now. Hmm? First of all, after we're done with this piping, I think the next class will be how you can personally draft your plan yourself. You understand? Because most of the times now, what many of the people who do electrical plan for building do is that they just go and crop paste, they may not even know what they are doing at site. You understand? Now, it's not as the modern old days where you will be seeing, hey, let me say this is your window, right? Prince, you not put window here. Let's say this is our window. Hmm? That you, someone will not be putting one bracket on top window. It's not as before again. Now, but you will see some electrical plan that they will give you. You will see wall bracket on top window. So when you have such a plan and you are going with your team of workers, I think what is preferable for us to do is to redraft the plan. While communicating, you carry your plan and come, then you redraft it so that if active is working in this bedroom, Joanne is working in this bedroom, and you are working in this kitchen, people will have the same thing in mind. It's not that active now will be working in this bedroom, expecting to draw supply from this guy and from this guy. Now, we're not talking wiring, we're talking piping. You understand? So now, during active piping, let's say the DB is here now, right? Now, let's talk about where you need to, how you need to position your DB and where to, the right way to find to position your DB. If you are positioning DB, most of the times they will give you drawing and you will need to position DB. First thing you need to do is that you go around the house. The first thing you consider is cable. That is first. You do cable consideration when going first. So you consider how your cable can easily network to the DB. It's not as if now, let's say, for example, now this is here, this is here, kitchen is here. Then I wish that for okay. Then because you are trying to do one or two things, you now go and put your DB here. You didn't consider cable for your customer because you need to carry your customer in mind. Then when you are wiring now, you start wiring from this point to this point, from this point to this point, from this point to this point. When giving quotation at the end, or when doing your piping at the end, customer, your quotation will be so high. The customer will say, this guy you want to extract him. But because of where you choose to put your DB. So the first thing you need to consider is your cable network. You consider your cable network first. Then secondly, you consider space for maintenance. What I mean space for maintenance. This is kitchen, right? This is a toilet side. Now, you now decide to put your DB here. I choose DB here, and I'll tell you why I choose my DB here. You now decide to put your DB here. Then, in the sitting room now, this place is an open side. And when you are doing maintenance, this space you need to be moving to kitchen all the time. Your your ladder you put is obstructing this spacing. And whatever you're doing will making this people in the parlor uncomfortable. Because of your noise, they'll be turning back to look you. And maybe you did not finish the work that day. Your DB will now be left scattered. And it doesn't look safe. You start hearing passerby, they don't know that, okay, the electrician did not finish his work. Maybe we went to get one or two things. They'll say, which of electrician leave your DB scattered like this? Am I getting the point? They'll start condemning your work from there. That is one. Then secondly, now, the DB is here. Okay, let's check about cable network now. This guy can easily come here. This guy can easily come here. This guy as well can easily come here. This guy can at least come here. So this place is another good option for DB. But now, where did this guy fail? Maintenance. Space for maintenance. So this guy fail. Now, why did I choose this guy? This guy can enter his room from here, isn't it? This guy can enter his room from here. Moreover, my ladder is being positioned here. You get the point? So if I'm doing maintenance, I do not obstruct movement in this side. So and my ladder, I'll position my ladder well. Because you know, if you want to manage to put a nice, that you use steel. And it's not advisable when doing maintenance, you should be close to your DB. To avoid when there's spark or explosion, then you just jump out. So you do it whereby you at least have a little freedom from the DB. That is one. Then this our cable now can easily come here. This guy can easily come here. This guy can easily come here. This guy can easily come here. So this guy will. Right? And under these DB points now, you can see this is a free side. Secondly, now you can decide to put if you still want to do small inverter, you can decide to still install inverter here. You can decide to still do ironing points here. So this guy win the case for having DB. Who agree with you? So now we have solved the issues of DB when doing electrical work. So this thing should be in your mind. Number one, maintenance. Number two, cable network. You understand? The cable network. Then number three, freedom of movement for your client. You get the point? So we have our DB installed here and we are good. Right? Now let's go back to the traditional way of electrical. If people notice, many of our installation, you will not see ELCB close to it. Many of our installation, you hardly see ELCB close to it. It's not as if it's a bad thing or it's a bad practice. I get it. It's not as if it's a bad practice. But if there is surge from the load cable, the ELCB will be the one to first face it. Isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Who can help me out? Hmm? Are you okay? This is one. That is one. But now there is other type of ELCB, the new modified one. But what you use to know ELCB is your earth tester. This guy. So when you get the breaker, they have this testing point. It's ELCB. So you can have something that's of this point. They have that testing point. That is ELCB as well. It must not be this long.
As long as it has
that earth testing point is your ELCB. Am I communicating? But now, mostly, some of them don't used to carry earth terminal. So it's not a complete ELCB setup. What they are using to is this thing. Is a neutral. That's why your earth is effective. You know it. In one way, your earth and neutral is linked. You understand? That is why I don't want to go fittings, I don't want to go electrical. Let's focus on piping. You understand? So when the time reach for us to go others ones, we'll go there. Now, if you notice, in some places you see ELCB by the size of DB. I don't know if people have seen it. You see it by the size of DB, but we don't put it by the size of DB. Now, let me tell you the reason why we stop putting it at the side of DB. Number one, those ones they put at the side of DB. If you observe very well, if this is a duplex, I think they call it duplex, then they have up and down. If this is a duplex now, and this is their junction box for drawing the load cable inside, what they will do is that this guy will have his ELCB here, the other guy up will have his ELCB. They will now drag the both cable, come to this side, then they will now join it inside here, giving them single supply. You understand? So now if this guy trip, then now if you want to do an overhaul maintenance in the supply cable, the upside will be off, the downside will be off. And if you don't finish your maintenance, they're leaving the house in blackout. You get the point now? So we decided at the we decided that okay, let's have ELCB here, let's have ELCB here. Instead of us to be purchasing armored cable, that let's our customer buy 16 armored cable. It's better for us now to purchase 10 cable and send this guy and do a very good semi-conduit cast and run a chamber where we can go to our supply unit and run this guy individually. You get the point? Number one, the cost of armored cable is high. Even if you still want to use 16 and that was going to go there to still be less. You understand? Compared to the price of buying armored cable, drawing here and merging them together. Am I communicating? So that's why we don't put ELCB here. We put our own outside because it's in a two-way protection now. It's in the load line protection and the input, the inner load protection. What I mean by load line protection, the cable now they run from this DB point down to where our ELCB is. If there's a breach, this guy will trip. You get the point? Then if there's a breach in this our house, this guy go trip. Mind you, fuse and base does not trip anything. Fuse and base is just like a gear switch for you to be able to fuse out and work. So not because you have fuse and base here, then you now have your ESCB. You believe that this cable line, if there's fault, is going to cut. It's not going to cut. So, but if you have your cable on from here to here, if there's this in ESCB will trip across the line. Am I communicating? So now that is why we have our own, not putting ESCB here, and to give it meter. So if ESCB is faulty, we change ESCB outside. Not to now come here and start losing wire, start changing ESCB, and the ESCB box you start messing it up. At the point when you go to some place, you now see the ESCB is outside. You see the wire pack. You get the point? Good. So we are done for that of ELCB, right? So now let's go. We have choose our position for, let's come back. We have choose our position for DB, right? As long as we have ascertained our position for DB, what next to do? You now decide how many circuits, which will come there during our wiring class. But let's do it practically now. How many circuits do you want to give your lighting point? Now, who can give me praise? How many circuits do you think this is a two-bedroom apartment? How many circuits should you give a lighting point? Now, let's assume we have our outside lights here, 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 and here, and here. How many circuits do you think will give a lighting point? No.
Minimum of 3.
Minimum of 3. Huh?
Can you 3 or 2?
No, let's do so. Let's not do 3 or 2. If I'm doing 3 or 2, let's say minimum of 2. I get to let's do minimum of 2. Don't want to talk about upward and then we do upward. So this is a 2-bedroom apartment, isn't it? So how many do you think will give it? And give me the reason why it's a 2. Give me the reason why it's a 3.
For this 2-bedroom, we'll give it 3.
Okay.
3 seconds.
So why do you switch to 7?
Because I'm planning to use LED lights that consumes less. And the parlor on 1 circuit, the 2-bedroom on 1 circuit, and kitchen and outside lights.
A lot of applause for him. That's for him. Good. 2 to 3 is this for this 2-bedroom. And he just said it. But now, if you do 2, it will still work. Why did I say it will still work? Because you can do this guy, 1 circuit. And you can do this guy and this guy, 1 circuit for your 2. I get it. But what you mentioned now for the 3 is a perfecto. Am I communicating? Is a perfecto. Why did I say it's a perfecto? It's because we are keeping this guy independent of any fault that is happening to here. Am I communicating? And we're keeping these 2 guys, independent of any fault happening in here. You understand? So to me, I'll say let's go with 3. Why are we going with 3? Because in this system now, because of the way DB is being designed, although after having 12-way single phase, before we don't have 12-way single phase, and that 12-way single phase first cast. So that's what I want to use for it. I search market for it. So most of the time, we end up buying 3-phase 4 block, because that would be for you to decide your DB now. Your phase, if like now, let's say, let's decide the DB for this building. So lighting point, you have how many circuits? Yeah? Socket point. You can help me. Why do you say 4? Why do you say 4? No, on the normals, 5 branches of socket units is enough for 1 circuit of socket. You understand? We're still going to cable calculation. You understand? Now, we know how many watts of 2.5 cable fit carry. Know how many watts of 1.5 cable fit carry. So we're still going there when we come to wire inside. So now, I'm hearing you. You say?
The parlor, the sockets of parlor.
Okay, that goes. Who again object it? Don't think. You don't know what you're talking about. Or you say 6 sockets. It's not 2 sockets. You don't know the concept. We'll come to that when we come to cable. For now, I believe some of you know some ideas, but okay, let me explain what I call circuit. So at least you understand what I call circuit. Circuit is the total, how will I put it in English sense? Let me please.
Like if you say one second, like whatever that is connected.
Use technical
Okay.
terms.
For a circuit is the connection of loads in one, I call it one string.
Okay. So let's say circuit is a total group of points in one unit. You understand? The total loop of points in one unit. Let's understand what we mean by loop. Now we have this guy loop to this guy in our lighting point. You understand? So the total loop of this guy to this guy is one circuit. You understand? The total loop of the socket, now if you loop the socket, loop the socket, loop the socket, loop the socket, and then now end up in DB, is another circuit. You get my point? So the total loop of points of supply, you understand, is what makes up a circuit. So now, if we are to do, I think we should have 4 circuits here. No, I think we should have 3 circuits here still.
Yes. All of
These guys can share one. You understand? Let's just say we do it because of I just doing it now based on maintenance purpose. You understand? This guy, okay, then we'll have 4. So we'll have 4. You understand? Let's do it for this guy, 1, right? This guy, 1. But even though we're doing 3, these 2, 3, it will still go. Because let's assume we'll have TV socket, 1 socket here, 1 socket here, right? We have 1 socket, TV socket, 1 socket, TV socket. They can still go 1. But let's just based on maintenance purpose. So if these guys are 40, this guy will still be working for this guy to charge his phone. You understand? So now we now have 4. What I'm putting for is that I want us to separate the ironing point. Assuming we put ironing point here. Because now we're working with advanced technology. For those who want to do small inverters, they will not carry up to iron. You understand? So they should have their circuit different. You understand? So this guy, 1 circuit. Kitchen, 1 circuit. And then the sitting room, 1 circuit. So we have 4. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So for AC, how many AC do we have? I hope people know why we're doing this thing. No, it's 3 AC. Now, only person 2 bargain one, but you see the business will do 4 AC and 3 AC. You understand? The water is the remaining water heater. How many water heater do we have? 2. What is remaining? Cooker. How many cooker do you have? So total now of how many circuits do you have here? Another circuit is how many? So you have 13. So which DB set are we supposed to use here?
What do you mean by DB size?
Let's see, come there. What DB size do you think we should use for here? Those who understand.
Since it has exceeded 12,
Mm.
you can use the G4 3-phase managing, but it has exceeded the 12 circuit, a D6 3-phase because of
But in steel building, we should be financial confident.
D4 3-phase.
D4 3-phase will go. What you do now, D4 3-phase, we go. That is 12 star block. You understand? That is your DB. We're setting our DB now. Now, what you now have to do now, you now come back and flip or think your design. You understand? At this junction, we will now decide to do what? To give this guy 1 circuit. Right? Why communicating? Now, because of the sake of inverter, you understand? That's why we'll be giving socket 1 circuit and giving cooker another circuit. If not, we can pick supply from this cooker unit. You understand? And share it. Am I communicating? So now we should give this guy 1 circuit. Are you getting me? So we'll have our 12 star block being in use. Understand? But professionally, if you want to talk to your customer now, you need to have spare. You understand? You need to have what they call spare. Because if you should go to the customer house or when there's what in the customer house and 1 star block will boss, and come beside at night to go to maintenance, no one gets star block. I bet you will add it to another star block and tell the customer you're coming later. You will not come later to your visitor. You come only when there's an effort. You understand? So that's where we come to negotiation with customer. But for now, logically, what we have is the 12 star block TB. You understand? So we call it D12. You understand? So this is the sizing of our DB. So what do you ask now?
Said, like, how do you, what do you mean by size of
We're determining the size of DB we're going to use. This is a DB.
yeah,
This is a DB. This one has 4 star block. This one have how many? So let's assume this one have 12 star block. So let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So how do you know this thing will have 12 star block? Because this face is 3 face. You understand? So you have V4 3 face. By the time you multiply the face by the numbers of star block to give you 12 star. You understand?
the time of the face?
With the number, the position size of the DB.
Okay.
Now this is V4 single face. This is the 4 single face. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
You understand? So it's quite a single face, so you don't multiply anything.
So this one is just 4.
It's just 4.
Okay.
4 times 1. 4. So now this is V4 3 face. So it means that each star block here has a face assigned to it. Has 4 faces assigned to it. Let's count. This is blue face. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is yellow face. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is red face. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the point now? So are we good now? Is there any question before I proceed? Let's enter the piping so we can go to the site first. Hello. Any question before I proceed? So now what do we do now? Let's start our piping. So we want to start piping this house. Now we'll talk about boss position. What we are doing since we're trying to size our DB and to the position of DB, right? So now box's position. This is my entrance. And don't forget that we have decided at the Egomat these days, what we'll be doing is that our traveler will just be one here. Am I communicating? Close to the entrance. Why at the bed head, every other socket, other switching point will be there. Am I communicating? So let's do it this way now. This side, as you're entering here, make sure you try to understand. Most of the time, you should try to do this thing. Ask your engineer which right hand is the door. Ask them, because we have left hand and right hand door. So confirm from the engineer which hand is the door. Because it's not making sense whereby you open your door and you now have to close your door and go and open the light. All of you will catch you.
That's true, sir.
You understand? Like in those days, I don't know, I'm not doing it now. Looking like you hand clothes, but the clothes will turn to spirit when you open your door. You don't see your clothes. If you don't watch and Scooby do well, like me, what Scooby do. If I can't open that, I can't see jacket where I wear keep for war. See this on the open hand, they do like this. So ask your engineer, let's go back to the point. You ask your engineer which side position is the door opening to. So if we have our door opening to Iha, to this side, which is what? The right hand side, our switch automatically will be here. You understand? Then secondly, how do you position our TV point? It's still under consideration. Now, do you know your TV point can be here? Your TV point can be here. This is the most 230 part of your TV point can be. You understand? But now, by the time you consider this door open here, if you check from here to here, then they can install 55 inches TV. You understand? Because people are going for big TV these days. You go with. But the truth is that you check your bed position. Now, this our drawing does not have window. You start from window position. You check your window position, then check your bed position, then you choose your TV point. If it's not in the drawing. You understand? So these two sides now is the target for TV. But now I'll be using this side. Because while you're using TV point, you're trying to find free space that they will not use, they won't be able to use in the house to put their TV. So at least there will be room for every other thing in the house. What did I mean by that? Now, my customer can decide to put his television here. Amaka is finishing. The customer can decide to put his television this side. Are you getting me? I mean, his bed this side. And when you put your bed this side, the customer will then decide that you want to have a small study where table will be this side. You get the point? Or if Either still the customer will decide that okay, oh, because most of the times what they do is that they try to do for toilet point, they try to do network to wardrobe in this modern house. So if a bed can cover here, they'll decide to put their wardrobe this side, so they'll have easy network to their bedroom. You understand? When they have network to their bedroom, now you can see practically that this point and this point is what is left for TV, right? And the way people are designing house now, they don't design house whereby, or they don't position bed whereby once you open the door, if you open the person, no, they don't do that again. You understand? They do this way where you open the door, the person can see. But once you open the door, now the person you wanna give for fire. You understand? I'm not the person that upper. Or was it bigger? So this point now, if you open the door, already fire, they will not say anything here. You understand? But if you put it like this, now this person open the door, all your feet.
So thank you, please.
if you know, you know. So this point now, don't win. And we'll have here for our group where it's left here and here. Now the person needs to communicate with his room. Maybe you want a small table point, a small list. So you have to free this side now, not come and carry TV and put here. So this place now will go for our TV. You get the point? So I've choose this switch side and what television point. You get the switch. You get my point? Now, I would say if there is no window here, let's put bed head switch here. Ask me why.
Why?
Who know why?
So,
Who know why? Instead of me to put my bed head switch here, I feel let's put it this point at this corner.
that's the left side. So it's above the person's head. You can easily stretch.
Even this side go there, I put the person head, now, my brother.
That side on the left side.
I take the
So
left
as I
side.
like that,
Okay, now why I would choose this side for the bed head for the switch? Now, customers, there are some customers that only able to share. They'll decide that they still want to put their bed like this. So in their room now, before person coming will knock. You understand? So in case the person now decided, hey, I want to arrange my room to my own test and put his bed like this, you'll still have the switch here. If you put his bed head like this, you'll still have a switch here. You get the point now? So now we have solved the issue of our bed switch. You get the point? So we have solved the issue of our bed switch here. Then the same pattern now, you will now reflect it to this guy. You understand? The same pattern you reflect to this side. You absorb yourself from bed. Now, this wahala we give ourselves. Say, no kupu water heater for bed. We're canceling it at the mass. Now, I'm not going to tell you why. We're canceling bed sheet water heater. Do you know why we're canceling it? Because still on still, your bathroom switch is still here. Isn't it? And definitely, if the client if it's make up anymore, especially that person, this they work well. You understand? Why they initiate that thing before was that at least if you wake up first, you turn on water heater. Then why they last for bed? You go back. You understand? Because later we don't before you can go back. But I bet you will wake up. What will make the judge except your listening will work well. You go and urinate.
Yeah.
And as you're urinating, you have your water heater switch close to them. You turn it on. You get the point? Some say it's because of net customer, at least if they turn off water heater. You understand? They turn on water heater, they forget to turn it off. If they're in the bed, they will notice and turn it off. Maybe when you pay the can be. Once you bath, nobody will tell you make you come out, turn off water heater. People will forget if you like carry the water heater put on top of their bed. Those who will forget. So why they must now are referring back to putting it here? Because number one, imagine you come to the bed head here, you put water heater switch. You now draw a line of water heater. Wow, come and put here. You now draw a supply. Wow, come and put here. Meanwhile, if you have the switch here, from this guy to this guy, from this guy to this guy.
no more.
Am I communicating? Yes, so now what we do at that point now, that other point we are supposed to be using to do water heater, we are going to put our bed socket there. For those who like pressing phone and charging it, and those who like pressing laptop and charging it. So let's give that point for them for socket points on their bed head. You get the point? So we're having a standard, we're building a standard for piping that once you enter Once this guy is working in this room and you are working in this room, I don't need to come and see what you are doing. But once we finish, it's the same thing. That's what we'll be pushing for. Once this guy finish now, active finish, and what is that? Accuracy finish. We will not come and say, who work here, who work here. It will be now be that AA, and the same thing. Accuracy and active, but actively accurate.
Yes. Wisdom.
You understand now?
Yes, sir.
So we are hitting it, right?
Yes, sir.
So we come to the kitchen. For today, our class has ended. So we'll continue our piping design and our point design the next day. Because lighting points now is a very big something that you need to calculate and sit down. Because at a point, I used to see some people after drawing their pipe, drawing where I will be doing, where I will come here, where I will go here, before it now come to the switch. My brother, we can cancel that. We can cancel whereby your central point of supply, once it comes, as it's going to the switch, it's going to the switch. Now, let me give you for example now. I like talking, I'm talkative. This is a branch, this is a branch. This is a point here, a point here. Or maybe say, the one with the most, because this round one, they keep, customers, I don't want to know here. Let's go to here. Because that one, then they keep with it. They don't, people are too lazy with this channel here. Because everybody, if he has half channel here, carry everything to the middle. That's what they taught us. Understand? So you carry everywhere and distribute it. It's easy. But let's remove chandelier. Okay, let's start with chandelier. Let's start with the simple one. Now, not stressful. So chandelier now, you now put 4 boxes. As you put 4 boxes, you know this guy and this guy are sharing circuit, right? And this guy is closer to the DB. What you do first, you carry this my guy, come here, bam, to the DB. Are you getting me? Then what you do second now is that you have another point here, and that point here, and that point here, and that point, isn't it? Now, we have 3 points remaining for this guy to be complete. Now, we'll carry this guy to this guy because it's very important. Because this of me to say, then you carry to this guy, carry to this guy. There's a way they used to do it, but I'll come to this mistake. But let me do the one that now. I'll now come to those mistakes that we used to do. You understand? You will now discover that at the end of the day now, let me show, for example, you now draw from your DB to this guy before you now enter this guy, before you now enter this guy, before you now go the switch. You know that's what it confuse you back. That's another one good there. But we'll talk about those mistakes we do on site. And we'll now talk about how to correct it. So for us not to waste time and waste customers, we need to decide today. So we stop at this lighting point because I want to expatiate and expose and do a way whereby we'll be making customers spend less when doing a project. And it will make our work easier. It's better for you to handle one project and finish it in 2 days and go and relax and enjoy your sleep than for you to be sleeping in one work for long. Am I communicating? So at this junction, whoever who is confused, because I want us to end everything we have here. So when we are coming to the next class, we will explore who did not enjoy the class. That's in general. You don't enjoy the class.
Best.
Who don't enjoy now? You don't enjoy now. You did. You only that. So who don't enjoy? So any question? No, if you enjoy the class, stop. And I will seriously, I will apologize for wasting your time and I'll make you enjoy it. So no enjoy the class.
I need you to
So are we good?
Yes.
Now next class we'll be talking chim chim.
We're going to yes.
You understand? We will enjoy for this class. My class will be enjoy, not the class will be concept. Understand? There'll be chim chim. Maybe Okpa or okay, so let's have a nice day and we'll call it a close. Thanks.
Thank you, boss. Boss, you have